Warning: Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And please, if you have not done so yet, click that link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, Magic Johnson came out thinking that he'll be able. Magic Johnson, let that sink in. This man thought he could come out scolding black men on how to be black men when he didn't even raise a black man. Go look at this man's son. Do you think he should be given any type of advice on manhood? But let's get into what he said.
Now, there's a lot of black men in here, and I don't mean to, not talk to other people, but this is important. Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one. Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on. And we got to make sure we help black men understand that.
Someone please tell me, where and when did Trump promise the black community anything? Unless it was right after the time he was running for his second term, when he came with the platinum plan. But during his first term, when he was running, what did he, and where and when did he promise the black community a lot of things and didn't get them done? He didn't promise the black community nothing. But you know who did? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Their campaign ran on a bunch of lies. And not just on lies, on deception, on the death and the unaliving of our brothers and sisters. This is what they did. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. This is what they did. So what promises? Joe Biden promised the House accountability. That committee never happened. He said, you know what? I'm going to toss that back to Congress. And that was that. They sat here and played games with us and then tried to lie and say, oh, it wasn't us, it was them. Don't look over here, look over there.
So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand. First, get out.
He couldn't even keep his lines right. I'm here to understand. Help black men understand. This is who they sent out. The man that, to be honest with you, if you was to compare him to Eazy-E, they both caught the same thing, except Eazy was unalived out of nowhere, and this man is still walking around breathing. I don't trust this man. I don't. He's made his money, and that's cool. I don't hate on him for that. I appreciate a lot of the things that he did in Los Angeles, especially because I'm from Los Angeles. I used to go to the Magic Johnson movie theater all the time. I've seen all the black people that he employed. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I appreciate all of that. But that being said, I don't appreciate this whatsoever. Who are you to come out here thinking that you can wag your finger at any of us? Oh, excuse me, family. There we go. All right. But who are you? You really isn't anybody important. You're not anybody important. When it comes to this political realm, because one, you've never been pulled into the political realm. You wasn't just somebody who played the game and then when you were done, you started talking about politics and how the Democrats, need to do X, Y, and Z for your community. I've never heard any of that. But yet you think that you can come and tell...
Vote and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Go and vote. And then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. No. See, they want you to go and vote. But they also want you to control who you go and vote for. Because if you tell the person today, if I was to tell Magic Johnson today, oh, I'm going to vote, but it's not going to be for Kamala, he's going to have a fit. Trying to explain to me why that's the wrong decision. Well, you said go vote. I'm just not voting for your candidate. Well, I didn't mean that. You gotta vote for Kamala Harris because she's one of us. Let's move along. Jamal Bowman, the man who lost his seat because he didn't want to do nothing for black people. He kept championing the illegals and all this other stuff. Why it's okay. They need to be here and all this other stuff. He wouldn't speak to the black American interest, but then he ended up speaking up for some people in the Middle East. Then those top hat community got him up out of there. AIPAC got him up out of there. Just like his colleague, Cory Booker. Was it Cory Booker? Cory Bush, excuse me. But the man who got put up out of his seat is now trying to tell us why we need to go and vote for the same person that's been ignoring us for 4 years. The same person, or 3.5 years, excuse me. The same person, because she was in the White House right along with Biden. And I have a broadcast coming up to show that she literally had the power to do whatever Biden was able to do according to Biden. Oh yeah, these folks are coming out telling the truth now. They don't know they're telling the truth, but yeah, when you pay attention, when you listen, you get that truth that you seek, because they will speak as long as you let them. As long as you let them talk, they're going to tell on themselves. If you let them talk enough. But let's hear what this man had to say.
What's up, black man? Hope you all are doing well. Just want to make another quick video about this dude, Donald Trump, man. I mean, let's think about how many times he's called Kamala Harris and other black women out of their name. Most recently, my homegirl,
Let's just continue, family.
Sonny from The View. Shout out to Sonny. How can we stand with this white supremacist nationalist person calling black women out of their name.
Kamala's not a black woman. Kamala be cosplaying. As a matter of fact, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out the video that just dropped that's coming from the Black Politics album on October 31st. It's called Cosplaying Kamala. It is a banger. Got a disco funk feel. The whole album got a disco funk feel. But the whole album is all about black empowerment, black politics, to kind of remind people, you know what I mean, how we used to keep our thoughts on empowerment. So there's some bangers on there like What You Gonna Do. That is a straight banger. Got Dream Denied on there. That's another banger. Tap Dancing Bed Wenches on there. That's a banger. Two Wings on the Same Dirty Pigeon. That's a banger. So I'm just letting you know, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead, check out the Cosplaying Kamala video. It is on this platform. But anyway, let's get back into it, family.
As black men, when I hear someone like him calling our sisters out of their name,
Kamala's not black. Sonny's Puerto Rican. Kamala's not black. Sonny's Puerto Rican. Kamala's not black. Sonny's Puerto Rican. Kamala's not black. Sonny's Puerto Rican.
I physically can't sit still. Like, I physically need to get up and do something. Like, I cannot physically take it.
And this is the talking and points and the nonsense that'll get a person assassinated or attempted. This rhetoric right here. I gotta get up and do something. When I hear talking about my black sisters. I gotta get up and do something. You didn't get up and do nothing when you saw all these people flooding black neighborhoods, though. You didn't get up and do nothing when you saw that they was giving all the resources to those people who was flooding black neighborhoods, who are here illegally. You didn't get up and do nothing when they started giving free housing to these people. Miss me with the manufactured outrage. Because that's all this is. It's manufactured outrage.
These are our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunts, our sisters. And maybe it's more personal for me because I was raised by a single mom and I got 4 sisters. Maybe it's more personal for me. Like, I was raised by black women. So I can't take that. But, like, brothers, this dude calls our women, our sisters, out of their name.
I let that play so y'all can hear that. He was raised by a single black mother, had 4 black sisters. But yet you say nothing when you see the black community being put into a situation like these illegals getting put into our neighborhoods, and they're very dangerous. Trade de la agua. When they take from our neighborhood to give to them, when they put our students out of schools in order to make shelters for them, you ain't giving the same energy. You was not trying to protect black women then. You wasn't trying to protect black children then neither. But let's let them continue.
Constantly, and all women, but particularly our women, insulting their intelligence and things like that. What are we doing? And on the policy front, just real quick, Kamala Harris has a policy to help all people, but particularly black people, become homeowners, become small business owners, become entrepreneurs.
Now notice, I want y'all to listen to what he's saying, because when she drops her plan for black men, you're going to notice that the wording did not change. It's still for everybody.
She wants to make the child tax credit permanent, lifting 50% of children out of poverty. On and on and on. She has policies related directly to things that impact our communities. Now, again, the Democratic Party ain't perfect. The Democratic Party has harmed black people historically forever. So has the Republican Party.
Did you catch that, family? The Democratic Party has harmed black folks forever. So has the Republican Party. So why should we be beholden to either party? Kamala put policies in place that harmed the black community. Why should we be beholden to her? See, these people make no logical sense, family. But they be thinking they eating. He's thinking he's going off. Really, all he's doing is looking like a damn fool.
It's not even close when you look at recent history. But when you talk about these two candidates in particular, man, one is just exceptional.
Notice he also said it ain't even close when you talk about recent history. You're right, it ain't even close because black Americans have been voting Democrat for 60 years and we still look the same way we did 60 years ago. We've been voting Democrat for 60 years and we still are in the same conditions we were in 60 years ago. Economic deprivation, lack of housing, lack of funding, lack of work, lack of education. Like, it's still the exact same thing. So you're right, Jamal. It's not even close. We're not even going to let this man finish. We're going to run over to the next person here, man, because these two cats not even the main focus. So your boy Obama finally came out of nowhere, came out the shadows to show his little tethered hairline. And he thought that he could just come out wagging his finger, talking stuff about black men, claiming we're misogynistic and all this crap. And he's in a room full of tethers. You can guarantee it because this is a controlled area. And look at all those security that they got around that brother. I say brother very lightly. But look at all the security they got around him. The Secret Service, they have to make sure the Secret Service was tethers too. Tethers on the left, tethers on the right, hairline nowhere to be found. But let's hear what Obama said.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on one hand you have somebody who grew up like you,
she didn't.
Knows you.
She don't.
Went to college with you.
She didn't.
Understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
She doesn't.
She had to work harder and do more
She didn't.
and overcome.
Overcome what? Overcome what, Obama? This woman, her mother and her family was upper high class, not middle class, not upper middle class. She was upper high class. They had a $2 million home in Canada. She went to one of the best high schools in Canada. What are you talking about? This man sounds insane. He's just gonna manufacture a whole background for this woman.
And achieves the second highest office in the land.
She didn't achieve anything. She was selected to become vice president. She was not elected. No one has elected her anywhere. California, I don't even know if they elected her to be senator. I'm going to be honest with you. It might have been a trick bag going on there because, God dang it, I've never seen anybody enthusiastic about voting for Kamala Harris. Ever. And if they are enthusiastic, it's because they're Democratic shills. Are they people that really know no better? They're babies who watch the news and they get all of their news from the mainstream media, which are liars and manipulators. So what makes this man think that he can speak to us in a manner that he does? What makes him think that he sways the way he can sway? It does not make any sense, because if I remember correctly, Obama put through so many LGBTQ laws, they called him the first gay president. I was looking back through all the policies that he put into place for the LGBTQ. I counted 38 policies that this man put through for the LGBTQ, but you couldn't put one through for the Black Americans. You couldn't put through a hate crime bill when we were suffering under your presidency. The most amount of hate crimes under any president. But you can drop 38 policies for the LGBTQ. You can sign a blue alert law into office. You can give $12 million to Holocaust survivors, even though that did not happen on this soil. But you're staunchly against reparations for Black Americans. No, that's not how America works. America works when we're all working together. You didn't tell any of those folks that you signed those laws for to go and work together. No, you just literally went and took care of it. You signed it in, and if you couldn't get it through Congress, you executive ordered it. Obama had the first 2 years of his presidency, Obama had the House, he had the Senate. First 2 years. So everybody that makes excuses and act as if, oh, well, you know, he couldn't do anything, it's just mass stupidity, because we've seen over the past, 4 years, really 8 years, you've seen what Trump said he was going to do and all the things he went in there and just did. And then you've seen what Biden went in there and just did. Anything he wanted to do. But yet, for us, let's hear what else he had to say, because he was at this other rally here. Let's hear what the King says.
What I cannot understand is why anybody
would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you, Pennsylvania. I don't understand that. Because there is absolutely no evidence that this man thinks about anybody but himself. I've said it before. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. You've got the tweets in all caps, the ranting and the raving about crazy conspiracy theories. You got the 2-hour speeches, word salad, just, you know.
It sounds like you're describing yourself in Kamala. I'm just being honest. But continue.
It's like Fidel Castro, just on and on. Constant attempts to sell you stuff. Who does that? Selling you.
The Democratic Party. The Democratic Party does that. But continue.
Gold sneakers and $100,000 watch and most recently a Trump Bible. He wants you to buy the Word of God, Donald Trump edition. Got his name right there next to Matthew and Luke. I mean, you could not make this stuff up. If you saw it on Saturday Night Live, you'd say, well, no, that's going too far. No, he's doing that.
I'm glad you mentioned Saturday Night Live, Obama, because I got a little something I want to show in a little bit too from Saturday Night Live. But before we get there, predictably, Obama's words rattled feathers in the black community because this dude don't represent us. He don't rock with us. You ain't our father. You ain't nobody's daddy. She ain't nobody's mama. But for some reason, he thought that he would be able to do that. But our family came out and was on cold. Even though the rest of these tether classes wasn't. The Rock talking about Obama saying what black people have been thinking. Sexism is why black men are soft on Kamala. They live in the psychoses, family. They live in the psychoses. But let's get to what the family was saying about this. Get to the queens.
This message is for Barack. Ain't never did a fuck ass thing for niggas in the 8 years he was in the White House ever. Obama. Keep black men's name out your motherfucking mouth. We not about to do that. That's what we not about to do. And I'm a black woman that's not playing with your motherfucking ass, Mr. Biracial. Okay? You ain't did a fuck ass thing for us in the 8 years that you was in the White House. And you think you gonna pop up during an election year and try to scold black men for not wanting to vote for your candidate? Have you lost your fucking mind? I need you to go back into whatever cave and hole you fucking came out of and stay there. You're not about to come out and try to disrespect black men. We're not about to fucking do that. And this is a black ass woman telling you that. It's not happening. I'm not going for it. If you thought that I was going to hop on a bandwagon and be like, yeah, tell them. Fuck no. Be quiet. Be quiet. There are millions of people in this country that are not voting for Kamala. And it's her motherfucking fault. Every time she opens her mouth, bullshit flies out. Teleprompter, no teleprompter. It's all bullshit. We know she was raised in a middle-class family. We don't give a fuck. The last 4 years have been hell for us. And you sitting over there with your millions of dollars and you gonna reemerge, come out of hiding when they need you, and then you gonna point your motherfucking finger at black men? It's not motherfucking happening. What Iyanla said, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Take your ass back to the hole you crawled out of with that big ass wife you got and leave us the fuck alone. Period. We shouldn't have voted for your motherfucking ass during the 8 years that you was there. A lot of my people was blinded by the fact that you came out as a dark-skinned man. And they took that and they ran with it. But people are waking the fuck up, and we don't care about color right now. Because people are hungry and the grocery stores is high as hell. And we have inflation. And we have motherfuckers coming into this country getting more money than the people who have been affected by hurricanes. So we don't give a fuck about what you gotta say. Alright? Go back to where you came from and keep black men's name out of your motherfucking mouth. Thank you.
Very well said, family. Very well said. And there was no hesitation in the delivery either. I loved it so much. But let's move on to the next sister here.
So at this point, Kamala Harris is flopping behind in the swing states. She's not getting Pennsylvania. And if Pennsylvania goes to Trump, so does Ohio and a few other states that follow in that pattern. In this case, they were not expecting Kamala Harris to be this exposed. They were hoping for two things to happen: that Trump would be in prison due to all his court cases, done whatever 90 plus charges or whatever. That's all a bunch of bullshit. They were hoping that he would get tied up in that, but those cases are being shoved till after the elections because of shit that's been happening between Jack Smith and a bunch of other lawfare type nonsense. And then since that didn't work, the second thing they were hoping for was Trump to be ex-nayed at some point, and there's going to be more attempts, and most likely probably even afterwards. Something tells me it's gonna happen regardless. But I feel like Trump is in the wise about that. I'm pretty sure he knows he has a mole in his security cabin as far as that. Whoever's protecting him is supposed to oversee his protection is clearly failing on purpose, but I feel like there is somehow a way that Trump is safeguarded. Let's hope for that. No more political violence, none of that, no matter what. If you have to resort to that, you're a fucking pathetic person, and if you cheer for that, you're a fucking pathetic person. But anyways, they were hoping for either one or two things supposed to happen. It did not happen. They were supposed to keep Kamala Harris in the basement like they did with Joe Biden, and it's not working. She's being overly exposed. People know that she has no plans, and any plans she comes up with was already ideas by Trump, like the no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. And I think he threw those out there just to get her to be like reactionary, like, oh, let me do that too. And clearly no one did any research that Trump did any of this himself. But anyways, yeah, she's losing support. They had to have Obama come out and scold black men for not wanting to vote for her and all this stuff. Like, first of all, the left went after straight white men. What made you think that straight black men were not going to be next? Especially both categories in the non-college educated section where everyone's working blue-collar jobs. Why would they want to vote for a party that's against masculinity, that's against men? Like, you're catering to a bunch of angry Karens. So that's exactly what Kamala Harris party stands for. So there's that. Let's just be honest here. Kamala Harris is trash. Everyone that's voting for her is trash. You can say whatever you want about me physically and whatever, but let's just be honest here. Like, you're pretty salty at this point, and you're a fucking dumbass if you actually think voting for Kamala Harris would be a smart idea. She has no plans. She has no future for anything other than more destruction and more inflation and more wars. But, again, you can make fun of me, but be angry at the truth, though.
Hey, I agree 100% with the sister. These people out here Nabiscoing, they're salty as hell. They are salty as hell, and I'm going to show you some of that salt in a little bit, but I want to finish getting through these. Let's get to this brother.
Man, if you want to sit your biscuit head ass down somewhere, goofy looking motherfucker, like Slender Man looking motherfucking ass, like ain't nobody trying to listen to you, bro. You didn't get the memo. The community ain't fucking with you, dog. We ain't fucking with you. We ain't got 2 words for you. Yes, we do. High and by. We are not fucking with you, B.O. Like, no, bro. They gonna send your ass to the community like, oh.
I'm gonna let him finish, but I gotta say this. I like the fact that he called him B.O. because to me, B.O. stands for bad odor. And Obama is a stench that I never want to smell. He is the bad odor of the Democratic Party because when you smell him coming, you know something shitty is about to happen. But let's continue.
Let me go ahead and chastise the black man. Motherfucker, what? No. We are not fucking with you. We're not. And just for that, they sent Magic Johnson. They send yo ass. Oh, and don't forget Sassy Martin, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley. Like the list goes on and on. Like, really, bro? Al Sharpton ass, old snitching ass. He ain't nothing but a rat. Who's next? We ain't fucking with none of y'all. None of you guys represent a real black American man. Not one of y'all.
That's it. And that's all, family. That is it. That's all. This is from April Showers. Dear Barack Obama, as a true black American woman, as a true black American woman, I'm so glad that my black American man told you to please shut the F up. We don't know who you thought you were talking to. You were not speaking to the descendant community. The fake identity politic tactics is over. Time's up. And I 100% agree with the sister. Move on to what Dwayne B said. Shout out to our brother there. Who do these politicians think they're scolding us? Obama, you're the excuse. And that's exactly what it is. You're the excuse, Obama. You're the excuse. Hillary's the excuse. Biden's the excuse. Kamala's the excuse. The excuse or reality of having a politician run on their race. Only to do nothing for the race you claim. You're the reason we can see through Scamala. You're the reason we can see through Scamala. Man, F this nigga with Diddy's Johnson. Pause. 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 Yeah, family wasn't having it. Just wasn't having it. And so what pissed off a lot of people as well is Nina. She came out and she was actually standing on business for black men. And, you know, I've had some critiques about Nina and some of the things she said. However, she stood on business and I gotta give her that. So here she is. And I want you to pay attention to the white lady as soon as she says, why is Obama scolding black men? This white lady turns her face up.
This other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President.
Look on the look on Abby's face. The look on Abby's face is like, bitch, shut up. You gonna get us both canned. How dare you bring out what? Girl, shut up.
Obama. But for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to.
Look at the look on the white woman's face. If you ain't seen Salty, if you haven't seen a Nabisco at its best, you are looking at one right now. It's not a Ritz, ladies and gentlemen. It is a old school Nabisco. Extra salt. Sea salt, even.
To respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who.
Look at this man looking around. He's going to try and literally, because he's trying to figure out what to say. He's at odds right now. He's going to try to say something and he's going to cut himself because he knows I shouldn't step into this. This is in my area. They're going to get on my head as a white man. And so Abby Phillips ended up taking up the mantle, and she ends up asking the question.
Who by and large don't vote much differently from black women. And why? As a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black.
You see the way Abby looked to the side right there? She's like, golly, what the hell? Look at this. Look at this.
Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea?
Look at the tether. Look at the tether. Do you think that he's right? Some of the reason it's about misogynist. Black men do not care about black women leading. Most black men has worked under a black woman at some point in their career. Didn't have a problem with it. Most black men don't care if their wife wants to have a career in leadership. They just don't. I've never heard a black man say, well, my girl want to go get a job. She wants to be, a police officer somewhere. And I'm like, I ain't having that in my house. My wife wants to be a lawyer, a district attorney. And I told her, girl, you better take that up out of here. My wife thought she was going to become the head of her hospital. I told her she needs to sit herself down. It's asinine. Most black men work under black women at some point in their career, or work with black women at some point in their career. And it never came up that black men were misogynistic until election season. As an overall whole. Now, you have some here, some there, just like any other race. But I ain't speaking like this to any other race. Which makes us say, oh, screw you even further.
Idea of
it might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Walz campaign going to lecture other male groups belittled in ways
Look
that no
at
other
that woman's face. Hold up.
Reasons is because
misogyny may be a part of it, but again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Walz campaign?
Look at this woman's face. The scathing look on her face. She is not happy whatsoever. And the cold part is she can't jump into the conversation because she ain't black. That's why they got the black women discussing the situations of black people on this panel. She is so mad that Nina is saying this. She's probably saying the N-word several times over in her head right now. Let's continue.
Campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing black.
Look how she I love that. All right. So, and here's the thing. Just like when Janet Jackson said what she had to say, guess what else ended up happening? Well, that opened the door for a lot of non-black people to start now disrespecting the actual black women. Nina Turner is an actual black American woman. Read this down here. It says, please stop putting Nina Turner on TV as some sort of spokesperson for black men. She does not speak for us or represent our interests in any capacity. And frankly, I find it insulting. That's a Democratic shill right there. How do you find it insulting that a black woman is standing up for a black man on national television? Don't worry, I'll wait. Oh, I get it. You were insulted that she didn't join in on the black male bashing. Because that's what she's supposed to do, right? Because that's her job, right? That's her job, right? So you're more disappointed that she didn't join in on the fun, right? That's what insulted you. How dare you not join in on the black male bashing? We ain't shit. And you know we ain't shit, girl. Why won't you just say it? I'm insulted that you won't say it. These are the people that they are putting out to kind of muddy the message and to try to make black men look less of men. You can't make us look less than when we are the standard of. Let me say that again. You can't make black men look less than when we are the standard of. We set the trends. Everyone else follows them. Black women set trends. Everyone else follows them. You cannot make us less than when we are the standard of. So Nina goes and she puts out this one the other day. Black men are the backbone of the men of the Democratic Party. Black men deserve. I'm sorry, family. Had a little technical issue there. Okay, black men's needs deserve to be taken up by the Democratic Party. That's not radical, that's rational. But like I said, it gives warrant for these people to literally disrespect a black woman. This is a white man. This is a Nabisco. But yet, Nina is just anxious to rat fuck Democrats. She's just anxious to rat fuck Democrats. Interesting. At any opportunity since they dog walked her in Ohio 13. How the hell she still has a public voice is because of a white media producers. Really? Well, I don't say that about any of your white correspondents because that's exactly why they still have jobs too. I don't know. Can't really compare. You only get mad because she stood up for black men. Would you be saying this if she joined in on the black male bashing? I don't think you would be, sir. I think it's supposed to say that. The fact that. Anyway, that Nita Turner, co-scientist, says so much about her. I have no respect for her. Let's see what she so-called co-signed. You are the definition of the emasculated black male, and it's sickening. You want to be Kamala's favorite content creator so bad. Go to sleep. Your videos are trash. I think I know who he's speaking about. I think we're going to see that pretty soon. And she said, there it is. Now, let's scroll on down here. Oh, it's the zesty guy all over again. It's the you got zesties on the right. Join the MAGA train. Cho. And you got your zesties on the left. And I'm pretty sure they are related. I think that they're literally brothers. This dude and that other guy, I forget his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The other MAGA dude that's light-skinned, who's real zesty. We're going to listen to him for a hot second because I can't listen to him for too long.
Black men have been emasculated in the Democratic Party. That's real. They don't see themselves because to lift up black women is beautiful. We should, but not at the expense of black men. We have achieved what we have achieved so far in this country because we are together.
Nina, let me snatch what's left of those non-existent edges. Because what? Let's break this shit down to the bone. Because she said the Democratic Party is emasculating black men. Let's start off by the definition of emasculate.
He's about to read the definition of emasculate. And I want you to tell me, does that apply? I want everyone to leave it in the comment section. Does the definition of emasculated apply not just to the Democratic males, but to this dude as well?
To deprive a male of his role or identity, make weaker or less effective. How the hell is the Democratic Party depriving black men of their position or roles when our minority leader is a black man by the name of Hakeem Jeffries? Now, maybe you don't see a black man because you don't think it's Hakeem Jeffries. Maybe you think it's Hakeem Jackson. Hakeem Jeffries is the first black person, period.
Let's continue.
To ever hold that position to actually be the minority leader for a party in the U.S. Congress. Now explain to me, Nina, how that black women finally getting a seat at the table after turning up over and over and over again for the Democratic Party, constantly saving democracy and finally having a seat at the table and a voice in real representation, depriving black men of their authority and position of power.
Family, we're going to move on. Because these are the men that the Democratic Party call real men. These are real black men. And if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you're not a real black man. If these are real black men, then I'm not a real black man. I'm a real foundationally black man. I'm the man that these little zesty men hate to speak to because I'm going to call them out on their nonsense.
And supporting Kamala Harris, then you are not a black king. You are not an alpha male. You are not the picture of black masculinity. What you are is a simp for right-wing white supremacy. What you are is a beta for right-wing white supremacy. What you are is a toxic incel who is internalized white supremacy in America. And you are the reason why black women and women in general are picking the bear over men.
if these are the so-called real black men of the Democratic Party, you're lost.
Welcome to another episode of the Common Sense Moment. This video here has to do with a real good friend of mine that we've been friends for over 30 years. When I saw him today, he says to me, I spoke, he spoke, but then I kept on walking. He says, Brian, you know what? Can we talk, man? We both men. Can we talk? I'm like, yeah, we can talk, bro, if you want to talk. So we went to sit down. He said, ever since I came out and I said I was for Donald Trump, you just speak to me and don't have nothing else to say to me. He said, brother, I'm a grown man just like you is. I can vote for who I want to vote for. But why would that break our friendship? We grew up together. We played marbles together, cowboys together. How can our friendship break after just cause I support Donald Trump? I said, okay, brother. Let's talk about it. Since you wanted it, let's talk about it. If, let's just say Donald Trump wins, I'm on Social Security. He cuts my Social Security, but you sitting across the table at my house eating my food. But he cut my Social Security.
You hear this, family? No one said this. Donald Trump doesn't have it on his campaign platform to cut Social Security, anything like that. But this man, because he feels that his Social Security is going to get cut off, he's willing to vote against Black American interests so that he can keep his position within America. Don't that sound like tethers? Now, this man may not be a tether, but he may be a stone cold coon. This that plantation mindset that they want you to have. No, I'm not about to leave the plantation. I'm eating good over here. Our master give me a nice house. He makes sure that I'm living good. I ain't leaving here. Well, you stupid to leave here. And I'm going to cut you off. You can't talk to me if you want to talk about freedom. This is what we got, family. We're not even going to continue this. He's made his point. So the backlash has forced Kamala Harris to take a couple of interviews. One with Roly Poly Martin and one with the Shade Room. Both zesty immigrant tethers. Both platforms owned by zesty immigrant tethers. And if the Shade Room isn't owned by a zesty immigrant tether, they still sat her in front of a zesty immigrant tether. But I do know the Shade Room is owned by an immigrant, a zesty tether. But she went on there to promote her new plan for Black men. I thought you couldn't just do anything for Black people. No. So we are able to change the discord within the whole political realm, and within the whole political spectrum, just by standing on business. And even if what she put out is a nothing burger, it is still a testimony to our power in the Black grassroots. You went from ignoring us for 4 years, acting like, oh, Black men was so all on board. Win with Black women, win with Black men. Which ended up turning to win with Koreans, win with white women, win with white men. But when it was all said and done, none of that mattered. Not one bit. What mattered and what matters is whether or not you had the support of the Black grassroots, in which you don't. And so now you come with nonsense. Kamala Harris plan for Black Americans. Let's get into it, family. We ain't gonna be on it too long because it ain't too much here. Entrepreneur support. Provide 1 million loans that will forgive up to $20,000 for Black American entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Now, we already know who the others are. It's going to be all of those illegals that Joe Biden and Kamala allowed over here that they're going to be giving mass amnesty to. Even in the next segment, affordable banking options. I don't know what that is. Expanding access to affordable banking services, allowing Black men and others to tap into more capital and overcome high fees and other barriers. This is for everybody. Cryptocurrency regulation, which has nothing to do with Black people. I don't even understand why that's even there. Mentorship programs. No. Ain't nobody trying to be mentored by a Democratic shield. Why? So you can go make more Democratic reels? Excuse me, Democratic shields. I don't know why I said reels. But yeah, don't nobody want you to mentor them nor their children. Especially when you've been against us in the whole damn community. Teacher training and recruitment. That's invest in initiatives to help more Black men become teachers, addressing the underrepresented representation of Black men in the teacher profession. Okay, that's cool. Still not reparations. Still not reparations. It's just not. Our family come out and called this out real quick because Bakari Sellers tried to talk about today. Kamala Harris released an agenda for Black men. We talked about having candidates listen to our needs and concerns, and she has. One, providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable to Black entrepreneurs and others to start businesses. Watch the trick language. Who the F is others? Looks like another lift-off program disguised as a Black exclusive program. Democrats with the old banana in the tailpipe again. Then you had this fool come out talking that nonsense. Love letter to black men.
Finally, Kamala Harris sent us a love letter. That, to you, that might have been a policy document. I read that as a love letter from Kamala Harris to Black men who need some love, Black men who need some respect, Black men who need some concern and some care and consideration. You know, we need some mamala from Kamala, and we got that.
I don't know who the hell this crybaby ass dude is, but he does not represent us. I've already told you how Vanessa Jones don't represent us. This crybaby ass trick ass bitch. He does not represent us. We don't need no mamala. Damn all that. I got a mama. And she ain't Indian. Family. This Indian lady is so desperate and delusional. I agree. But since we're talking about, well, since SNL was mentioned earlier by Obama, you know that you're losing the game when SNL, a full Democrat DNC-backed television show is now making fun of you as a Democratic nominee.
Oh man, that felt good. And Donald doesn't think I'm black. Okay, listen up, everyone. We couldn't have gotten here without one man, and his name is Joe Biden. Get on out here, Joe Biden.
Folks, that's right. A lot of people forget I'm president, including me. But guess what? And by the way, I think I did a pretty good job. I passed more bills than any president in history. But folks, we still got work to do, no joke. I'm being serious right now, come on. And guess what? And by the way, the fact of the matter is, the rich don't pay their fair share. We gotta pay the fair share. We gotta build back better. The build back the better, the better, the better, the better. Build back the better. Can't believe it's not butter.
Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you for putting country first and for handing over the reins.
I didn't want to. They made me. And guess what? And by the way, the fact of the matter is, no joke, this is serious right now. I mean, it's serious. Anyway, in conclusion, me and Vice President Harris are the same.
Oh, okay. Ha ha. Great stuff. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Goodbye, Joe. Goodbye, Joe Biden. Listen, all right? We got to stay focused, okay? And let me tell you something. If we win together, we can end the dramala. And the traumala. And go relax in our pajamas. Because if there's one thing I know, he's back. He's back. Whoopsie. All right. You want in?
Yeah.
Come on in. Okay. Hey there. Mm-hmm. Is that nice?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Hi there. Okay.
How did I get back here?
I don't know.
Family, whenever they start making fun of you on SNL, you become the butt of the joke. I remember when Trump was running against Biden the first time, and this is one of the reasons why I stopped watching SNL. Everywhere I turned, it was like just propaganda, and I'm like, okay, I'm over this. So I stopped watching SNL. Now that they're switching the propaganda machine, I'm not gonna watch it either way, but it should show you that they're seeing the loss on the horizon. They know what's coming and they're trying to prepare for it, and they're trying to make sure black men, we're gonna be the scapegoat, and I have no problem with it. I went and bought a whole Heath Ledger outfit. I'm gonna go ahead, paint my face up like the Joker, and I'm gonna sit on the couch and I'm gonna clap my hands when we see Kamala Harris has lost the office. Because you thought fat meat wasn't greasy, and we're fat burgers on this side. We about to show you how much grease you about to get. With that being said, family and friends, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get the message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please hit the link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Family. Now, I know she did a town hall, and we're definitely going to get into that too. I just didn't have the time to do it with this stream here. This broadcast here. However, it will be coming this week. It might come within the next few days, to be honest with you, because it's already recorded. Well, not recorded, but it's already, I got all my notes and things like that. I just need to record it. So that being said, family, don't let these folks get you off your square, because when we stand on our square, we move the needle. The needle gets moved when we stand on business. When we don't stand on business, then the needle goes nowhere. When we just give in to the Democratic Party, our self-esteem just stays low. It goes nowhere. But the fact that we're standing on business and we're able to show the collapse of the Democratic Party, we were able to scold Barack Obama, who thought he was going to come out and scold us. We are literally seeing the woman who says she's not going to do anything for black people, just for black people, no, come out with a plan that says that it's for black people, even if it's not. The discord is changing, ladies and gentlemen, and you should take a bow. And with that being said, family and friends, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
Name something that you keep in your glove compartment. Oh, VP Harris.
Steve, look, I was raised in a middle-class family, all right?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, my mother raised my sister and me, all right? Yeah. She worked hard and saved up.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And we had a second mother, too.
Okay. Did that mother have a glove compartment?
A small business owner named Miss Shelton.
Okay, we got that.